What's up,
Welcome to the
everybody?
Dazzle
Welcome to
Dome.
the
Come on,
welcome
please.
to the Daffy Show. Well, uh, welcome to the Daffy Show. See, I'm trying to be rich auntie bougie. You're bringing your drunk uncle at the barbecue
But
vibe. Which
those
one
are
are you doing?
those are basically the two kind of uncles or aunties you can have in like an immigrant family. So you need to
That is
counterbalance
not
each
true.
other.
That is not true. I had some seriously responsible uncles
I've
and
never had
aunties.
a seriously responsible uncle, and I've never. No, I'm just kidding.
So
For
your
anybody that
uncles
is
and your
watching this,
aunties, I will share this with
come
your
on,
uncles and
you
your
come and tackle
aunties.
me.
Don't test me. Don't even test me.
Sorry
Okay,
about
so
that.
welcome guys to the Daffy Show. If you're watching this or you're watching the replay, don't forget to like. Don't forget to click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, why? No,
Why?
what is your pericosis? What is
What
the
is going on?
what are going on? Why will you not subscribe? I'm confused. I'm channeling one of my rich aunties, but I'm not getting it.
You are doing great. You are doing well.
Eh?
You are doing well.
Yeah, do what?
You are doing well.
Oh, yes, yes. Let me just keep, because consistency is key. So,
It's key.
anyway, guys, welcome to the Daffy Show. Today, my guest is Jem. He is at Gem High on Instagram. So, he's been here a couple of times. You've been here how many times, though,
I've been
Jem
here
Jem?
since forever. I'm always here. Is the thing. I'm
He's a
always
guest
here.
of the show. Like, he's not even a guest again. He's family of the show at this point. So, thank you for coming, Jem.
Thank you
So
very much for having me.
if you're watching the breakdown with Biodun for the first time, then this is a show every Tuesday live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time where we break down hot topics or we react to stuff that's going on. So today we have a bunch of stuff. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get through it, but
Ooh,
look,
juice, a lot
these
of
glasses are
juice.
making me.
And we have to
There's a
remove the
lot of
glasses. I
juice.
can't see anything. I can't see you.
No, don't remove your own. Your own is a vibe. Don't
No,
even
man,
remove it.
I can't. But I can't see you
Your
though.
own is
Oh, look at
oh my
you!
God. So radiant, if I might say so myself. Wait, look, before we even jump,
Well, my dear, you're looking nice.
that, that, that's
That's the
Zaddy
African
vibes you're
hug, right?
channeling. But that's Zaddy vibes, but I'm not even going to go there this time. But you know what? I wanted to even ask you something. This is not on the docket, but I have to just ask,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on influencers marketing skin products, but then you know that influencer naturally has smooth skin.
Hey, that's a false
Do you
advertisement.
ever like notice it?
Speaking of this, did you? I saw this. I don't know how real it is, but
Okay.
Victoria's Secret says they want to stop using models for their cloth lines, their
So
banner
who will they be
line.
using?
Hey, they're back again. They want to
They're
use like
back.
they want to use
Um,
like activists and
robots.
like no, not robots. Like they want to use like activists and like em- women empower, like people empower and things like that. Which is
Oh
like
my Lord.
so. I
Why am
think
I not surprised?
I've
Why
been
am
in a
I not
dilemma. So you asking that is like, I mean, in truth, I think support the brand that works. So, like Shaq now. Like I think like
mm-hmm.
everything that Shaq promotes, maybe not that he uses it, but he
Sales?
has it,
Oh, it has it. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, but yeah, there's just some brand endorsements that you know in your heart that like this person is
Yeah, but
not
no, but Shark's case is even different, right?
right,
So
right.
if you're watching, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the like, okay? And share with your friends. Let your friends know we're on. So Shark's case is different, right? Shark will market like like
The
lotion
general,
for the family, or
right, right, right.
just like general stuff. But
Yeah,
if you have skin like mine, for instance,
right,
and you've always had this kind of skin, so you don't have like huge pimples or you don't have acne or something like that. You're not like struggling with skin issues most of
right,
the time.
right.
And then and then you're marketing a skincare product and you're saying, if you want your skin to be like mine, use this. Like you have this skin normally.
Right, right.
So how are
It's
you
false
selling?
advertisement. It's
Yes.
false
So
advertisement.
so
It's not.
Liz says it's a tactic. They are sinking, so they need the reason to stay afloat, which is true. I heard that they are sinking. I actually heard that.
Shade, you.
Is that
Shade.
okay? Keep those glasses on. But I heard that they're actually sinking. So that's why when you said what you said,
Um,
I was like, oh, okay. But you know what? I'm not. I know that they. You know what? I don't even know what to say. I wish them luck,
I wish them all the
but
best.
I wish them the best. But I think a part of what made them who they are is because of those models, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But then again,
Um,
it's you guys that are looking at the models. I don't think ladies really look at the models per se.
no, but it's a thing of projection. Like it's like the thing about beauty standard. Like everybody knows that our beauty standards are unattainable, but because you see it,
Mhm.
the Bible says that faith comes by
What do you
believing.
mean? What do you mean it's unattainable? I'm like, I'm not. They are not better than
No,
us.
you're perfect, baby girl. Come on. Anybody that's shorter than you is too short. Anybody that's taller than you is too tall. Anybody that's thicker than you is too thick. Anybody that's slimmer than you is too slim. Anybody that don't even let
Hey,
me go. You know
where's
that?
KSA? KSA
I'm
still
telling
have
you,
place for
these are the
me.
things that we put into Lizard that used to shock her. But
I
it's all right,
know,
chat.
I know. Okay,
But
okay, but I think honestly that they yes, somebody said don't say VS is struggling. Yes, VS is struggling. I actually think I think they have good stuff. I think they need to kind of switch up on their marketing because it was all about runway for them. And then now with the pandemic, with quarantine, with everything, they couldn't do it like that anymore. But activists
true.
is like reaching. Like to go from ladies who look like rakes to activists. I don't know. Like let's find like
Oh
in
my God,
between.
you're the rakes. That's not a
Let's
middle
find middle
ground in
ground.
between.
What about middle ground? What's wrong with middle ground?
Yeah,
Is that not the angles? Not the angles.
they use
Not the angels, not the angles.
oh, it's the angles. Oh, because they're
Is the
angels. It's kind of Victoria's Secret angels.
no, but they're actually angles. Like
And
I I I, I concur.
another thing that I kind of learned is that like, and not just them, but I think it took them a little bit longer to kind of. Yeah, it looks nice.
It's facing one side. What kind of
Oh, it
confusion?
looks
Anyway,
nice.
I'm going to remove it. But I'm listening to you. It's giving me some major OCD with this
No, it looks
sideways
really
dot.
nice. It
But
looks
I'm
nice.
listening to you. Okay.
So, what I've learned, like just from shopping with Liz and going out with her, is like a lot of this brands and stuff. They don't actually make clothes for our women. I'm talking about like
Mm,
African American women and African women, and this specific
mhm,
Yoruba woman. Before you say Yoruba woman, that is like Victoria's Secret skinny, like it's not as easy because like naturally
mhm.
we're thicker and like there's waist and things like that. And for people like me, we have the that board, the Will Smith belly, and things like that, right? So it's but like, and I think in one of your, I think it's one of in your videos that you said it about. I think it was in a cloth haul that you did or something like that. That like, if you see it on a page on a website where they post like it's all skinny models wearing this thing, you won't buy
Yeah,
it because like.
I'm not going to buy it.
So I think that might be one of the reasons why like they're kind of going down. But it's not just only them. From what I've heard and learned, is that it's a bunch of them in terms of skincare too, in terms of makeup
But
and this thing.
mhm. But let's even think about it, right? If you're at home and you're not going out, where are you
Yeah, they
skincaring
don't.
ish to? Though you're just going to do like basic, like, but if you're not going out,
Yeah, you're saying the pandemic really like the
then you're not really
pandemic really
wearing
affected them, right?
they are not really wearing makeup per se,
Right,
and
true.
you're not wearing
It
and you're
depends
not really
though.
wearing yeah, if you're
Some
like
people were
me,
still firing during the panoramic. Some people were still on top of their game. They were still doing online dating, looking nice, everything going on,
okay,
bang
you're
bang.
right, you're right, you're
So,
right, you're right.
but
But
I'm just kidding.
even
But you're
with
right.
the yeah, but how many people were like how many like how many bras do you need to stay in the house?
True, true, true,
It's
true.
not that serious.
I only need one bra
So
to stay in the house. But again, shh, it's a joke. Or is it? Is
Okay.
it just
I
all
won't,
right, let's move
I
on.
won't even say anything. Let's move on. So today we have a couple of very interesting issues to talk
Hmm.
about.
Hmm.
But before we even, right, like jump into that, right? Before we jump into that, let me share something that I saw. Um, I took like a screenshot. Shout out to Catherine Ocean. I think that's how her name is pronounced. So she said, "Are you actually feeling? Are you actually feeling what you are building, or are you just attached to how long you've been building it?"
Mm.
Oh, Ronnie, that's the word. That's the word. That's the word. That's the word.
It's
That's the
snap.
word.
It's
It's
snap.
a snap word.
It's a snap.
It's a
Hmm.
snap. But did you get that? Like, and I felt it because it
What
was
is it?
like this thing that you're so, this thing you're so attached to. Is it that you're really is it that you're really feeling this thing, or are you just thinking, oh, I've been doing this for 8 years, and so I don't want to let it go? Like, sometimes letting go is hard, not even just because look, especially with us, like with people from the motherland, I think there's a different pressure because I personally don't think majority of us are taught how to fail gracefully.
Hmm.
Any kind of failure is like met with like you see yourself kind
Right.
of reaction.
Right. Right.
And so failure is almost seen as extremely scary, extremely,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because then because everybody's in your business, you can't even fail by yourself in peace. You can't even
So let
fail
me
in
fail in
peace.
peace. Oh.
Let me fail. You can't
Right.
even lick your wounds in private.
Right.
If you even like this, what happened? What happened? Why are you doing everything? Why are you doing
Right.
everything?
Right.
Right? That's the reaction. So it's like you
Right.
can't even fail in peace,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
Right.
What are your thoughts on like
I think it's something that has been ingrained in us since we were kids, and I'm not sure if it's in. I mean, obviously it's in everybody, but I think it's more predominant in people of
in
color.
any
Say
communal any I think any
yes,
communal that
yeah,
everybody's in everybody's business.
exactly. But even I'm not even talking about everybody being in everybody's business per se. Is in a sense of like, for example, like if like non-African kid like falls or start crying now, there's like an explanation that the parent goes with it. If it's us now, if you start crying and I say, "Why are you crying? What happened? Did I touch you yet?" If I beat you now, you start crying the real cry. So it's a thing of like, oh, I gotta watch where I step on. I can't do
Mm-hmm.
this. I can. We've kind
Mm-hmm.
of in our minds created like this fenced community of
Mm-hmm.
ideas of like dreams of things that we can't get out of, and it's like there's no even any fence anywhere. You can walk wherever you want. Me personally, I'm very happy about this because like I'm just not a stranger to failure. I failed so many times, it's ridiculous at this point. But what I've learned from all the failures is that that failure is a chance for you to kind of learn from it first of all, and then
Mm-hmm.
regroup from it, and then just plan a course of action and move forward. Because I posted like a thing on my Instagram, right? At
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah on Instagram. Please follow me. And
At Gem High.
yeah, and then it's a thing of like I got home from like work, super busy day, but I had to post something the next day. So I'm like, all right, let me just make a quick beat, and then I got down to it, and I had this idea in my head, and
I saw that.
right,
Mm-hmm.
and I recorded the idea, and I started making it, and I was almost done, and I'm like, I'm not feeling this thing. And then I something just came up. I just wanted to play my guitar on it because the guitar usually makes everything better. And then at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, I ended up making a beat around the guitar, but I didn't even use the guitar boy. The guitar inspired another beat, which is like basically my life story in general. Like I might be going
Hmm.
for one thing, but that thing doesn't click. But I learned something from that thing that I use in the next level of my life,
That's
basically.
life. That is
And
life.
that is life. And some people cannot accept.
That's life.
And I get that some people can't accept it. And for me,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes too, kind of struggle with it.
Struggle.
Yeah, but like it's like It's just failure. That's the this is literally maybe not the worst thing, but like if you hit rock and you are standing up, then you are fine. Just
Hmm.
move on up back again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's easier said than done, but it's just the thing of like failure is normally part of life. So that's a good quote, though. That's a good quote. That's a good.
Yeah, I think I loved, but just shout out to Joy O because she said when the divorce rate increased by 4,585% during the panorama, who is buying salesy clothes?
Who's buying sales
That
clothes? Oh, who are you out there?
that was a spiritual thing. And she says she was probably raised differently. And she probably doesn't like she doesn't I think what she's saying is that the failure thing, it doesn't kind of like she can't relate, which I
Yeah, right.
understand, right? I understand that. But I know that many times, right? And I posted this even on my personal IG, right? And I was like, growing up, what I usually heard among other people and that kind of stuff was like, what will people say?
Mm,
And you have to make your family proud.
right.
And considering the fact that you have 20, 29, or 30 family members, that's really hard to make everybody proud.
It's very hard to make one person proud. Talking of 30 something people, right?
Because the bar is so high. And I'm not complaining. Please,
Mm,
nobody listening should. It is this bar that has also helped many of us to get to where we
right.
are today.
Right.
Yes. I'm just saying balance.
Mm,
Balance is
balance.
important. The
True.
last thing you want is to have someone, because this is what I've learned, right? Failure is inevitable. I don't
It
care
is.
who you are. The
It is.
only way you don't know what failure is if you choose a path, you stick to that path is very rigid, right? And you stay on that path, and maybe you never venture off that path. You never do anything extra. You never try your hand at anything new.
Nah, I think
Everything
that's
you
it.
do is already charted for you. Maybe,
Right.
right?
Right.
Maybe
Right.
you might not ever kind of really
Get
taste.
taste like failure, and then another thing I think that contributes to it, especially in our community, and because like you said, it's so communal, is like I was taught to make failure a stepping stone. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Like just
Mhm. That's how it's supposed to be.
so
Mhm.
because everything is communal, you know your neighbor, you know what your neighbor is doing, you know like what everybody's doing. And I think
Exactly.
what else comes from that is comparison.
Mhm.
People I think that are scared of failure, it's usually due to the fact that they're comparing themselves to another person or another thing or
Or they are,
another
yeah. And it's usually
right.
because they were compared to
Yeah, to
somebody
some
else.
yes, exactly. So
Like every
it's
day, I see people talk about that. Oh, and it's not just us, even Asians. I follow a lot of Asian handles, and they always say that, like, oh, from when you're born to you're 21, they're like, no boys. And then you get to 22 to 27, they're like, where's your husband? And I'm
exactly
like, oh, that's so funny because it's the same thing
right,
with many
right with that.
people
Yeah.
from the motherland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a thing of like don't compare yourself to anybody. You don't know the challenges that the person themselves or whoever went through by themselves. So like just everybody should just like oh their lane and just do you. I mean don't get like failure or anything else like sick failure or jump head
On
first
your
into
own.
situations that you know you can't handle. But like if you tried your best and it didn't work out, that's fine. It's part of life. Don't beat yourself down. Just pick yourself up and
No,
move on. Move
yeah,
on.
you're
That's a good one. Who said that?
Catherine. Her name is Catherine Ochun. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Ochum.
Ochun. I
Ochum.
don't know. Look,
Ochum. Okay.
if
All
you
right.
ever watch this, Catherine, forgive me. Okay,
Thanks, Catherine. That was a good quote.
that was a good quote.
That was a good
Okay,
quote.
so today, today we're moving on to we're going to talk about. I said we're going to talk about self-defense.
Mm.
Um, and I'm sure you're wondering, like,
Watch out. Second.
not really, not
Nice
really,
go.
not that.
Not that. Oh, okay. All
Um,
right.
so let me start from this. So this video, right, is about a guy and a girl who kind of did a sort of vlog comparing the differences between themselves when they run at night.
Mm.
So
Mm.
let's see how. Right now.
Yeah. When they run, what are they? Oh, when
So
they are
one
running.
moment.
Okay. Maybe I'll wait till we come back before I say what I want to say. Since you are waiting, I could just say it now.
Mm.
Why are you running at night?
You said why you're running at night,
I'm
can't.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Why are you running at night? I know, but I'm not surprised at what you just said because I knew that the first thing out of your mouth would be, who is chasing you? Only the wicked run it when they are not chasing.
I
So
have
who
already
is
have witches
chasing?
and wizards chasing me in life. Why am I need to be running in the middle of the night? When is the alarm again? To your mouth.
It's such an African
What is
answer.
going on?
I can't with you.
There was this recent survey in Runner's World that found that 58% of female runners were harassed while running. Does that sound high to you?
Yeah,
Surprise.
it's outrageous.
Another Gallup poll showed that 50% of women polled were afraid to even walk at night in their own neighborhoods.
That's wild.
After hearing about all these women being assaulted while running at night, I don't know whether that's a fear that I should have. I first emailed out looking if anybody would run at night. I was surprised at how many men responded and how no women responded. I had
You're
to
the only
run.
one.
It was my video, so I was like, well, if somebody has to do it, I guess I had to do it. Before you started doing this experiment, did you tell people, oh, I'm doing this?
Yeah, actually, I took an Instagram poll on for my followers and to see if it's a smart idea. A lot of them said that it's not a really smart move. Why run at night and put yourself out there in that risk? The ones that were like interested for drama definitely pushed me towards running at night.
When I started to tell some people I was doing this, everyone was like, no, what are you doing? Don't do it. I had friends that were texting me, Sarah, you're so stupid. Like, it's not worth it. And my husband in particular was like very freaked out by it. He thought that by doing this and doing it because I was interested in the experience, I was going to be somehow inviting negative things to happen to me, like while I was running.
I usually run 3 to 4 miles every other day at the treadmill.
Bragging.
No,
3 to 4 miles.
3 to 4 miles. Sometimes 5 when I'm pushing it.
Shut up. But you usually do treadmill.
Yeah, always in the treadmill.
I prefer to run outside or on a track when I do run, which is admittedly not as often. And
Okay. So thoughts?
Well, what side are we taking it from? I feel like there's so much to say about.
No, any okay, so I think okay, so let's go from the side of so what you know what, just to give just to give
Context,
more context as to
right?
so I said, in fact, that is the billion-dollar question. Why are you running during the witches' council meeting? You guys, like, I feel like people have to even beg us to even run during the day. Like, it's almost like there are a few times we run, right?
Life is already a race on its own.
There's room on the track team, and if you run, it makes your resume getting into college look good. There's that.
True,
Two,
true.
the cops are shooting and you have to run because your riot legs have already been trained. You've been trained. You're coming from some country that the moment you hear pop, 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 you know that it cannot be knockouts. You know that it's
I,
gone.
I
Somebody's
was
getting
saying
shot somewhere.
it's not even
You're like,
only gone.
there's
I feel like
no.
people of color, whenever you see somebody running, you don't even need to bother to ask why
Well,
are you
did I
running.
tell
You
you?
just
Did I
run.
tell you?
There was this video I
Did I
saw.
tell you that experience that I had?
Yeah, it happened to
Did
you.
I tell you that? Oh yeah, it happened to me, and it wasn't even long ago.
Oh my god.
It wasn't long. I've been living in this country for more than 10 years, right? And it happened to me. It was not up to a year. What am I saying? Wasn't it this year? I was
Oh
going somewhere. I just wanted to pick something up,
my.
right?
Yeah.
And I just saw, I was coming out of the car or
Right.
something, and I just saw this lady running towards me. I was primed. Like I was turning around already, like, let's do this. But whoever they're killing,
Your mind is already
this is not
calculating.
my day.
Where do we
I know I
go to?
was
How do
already
I
out.
run?
Yo, until my mind kind of kind of steadied, and I noticed that she was wearing running clothes.
Oh,
And then I hissed. I was vexed to my spirit, like, Madam, it's too late for this. Go home.
I guess maybe this is the first thing that I should even take it from. Like we our both of us, our first reaction to this thing is like, why are you running? Least to is saying that like you are doing it for the wrong reasons. Is it something
No,
that
but
is
I think for someone that used to have to walk at night by myself, it's not an experience
treated?
that
Yeah,
anyone
it's
should
cool.
want to. But the truth is, it's just the way the world is, right? The night is not supposed to be dangerous for us, right? It's just that we are seen as
So
easier prey.
right, right,
What?
right, right,
We're seen as easier prey,
right,
and we're seen as just easy,
right, right.
So I have my street smarts, definitely. If I'm going to be in a particular area, I'm not going to carry some kind of bag. Any bag that looks like flashy-ish, I will
Mm,
probably not carry.
mm,
There will be no orange bags, there will be no pink bags. It will be basic black.
mm, mm.
Sometimes I will even have a bag in my bag that's
True,
like
true,
ratchety.
true.
And then if I have to go through a certain area, I will put my regular bag inside that
Inside
bag.
the big bag. Right,
Right? My phone,
right,
if it's like a flashy phone, it's nowhere to be seen at that point. It's
right.
somewhere stashed. I'm not wearing like snazzy clothes. If it's cold, I'm wearing like a very basic black jacket.
Mm,
So everything is like calculated in my head. But
right.
the truth, I would love to live a life where I don't have to plan that.
So good that you brought that up, right? So I'm not. I don't want to I don't want to sound distant, but we all know the way life is. Life is very quite interesting, isn't it? The thing is,
Mm-hmm.
nobody taught me as the nobody taught me like okay. Let me give you like example of one now. Is that I used to drive Uber and deliver food and stuff. So I work like day two night,
Mm,
and then at night or even during the day or as soon as it's getting towards the evening again, maybe I should put this in. I used to
mm-hmm,
live in Newark, so in that area in
mm-hmm,
general, whenever I see someone working towards me, even if this is in traffic, if this is in
mm-hmm,
like at a stop sign, like even on a highway or whatever, I see someone working towards me. The next thing I go to check is if my door is locked and like if anything
mm,
should go down, what can I do?
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that guy, and I know that like it is different for both like male and female, right? Like it's quite a different thing.
Yeah.
But my
Mm-hmm,
my own push of it is that like we all have like safety responsibilities of ourselves, I think,
mm-hmm,
and we should all try as much as possible to be safe. To kind of, I think like to kind of say like, oh, yep. In one of the essence, what I'm saying is that I don't think that world is ever gonna be where you are ever gonna feel safe, irrespective of the fact whether you're a man or a woman. Obviously, it's worse for for women and ladies due to data and like
mm-hmm.
prevalence of things and things that I've seen and heard. But like, I don't think that world is gonna be where
It would just
people
be
won't
like
have that fear.
kumbaya.
Or
People will be kumbayaing at night.
there
Mm.
is no kumbaya. Even in Switzerland, there is no kumbaya. It's just like
So even in Switzerland.
it's just
Okay.
I think that's what about that. So why exactly did you bring up the video?
So I'm going to show you why I brought up that video in a
Mhm.
moment.
Okay, okay.
But it's because it's majorly because I know that as women we have a different experience,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I've seen conversations where men are almost like very, very like they don't even care
Mm-hmm.
what we're saying. It's like they don't even understand the
Mm-hmm.
way our hearts will start to beat once somebody is walking behind us, just walking. If it's
Mm-hmm.
very dark, if you're watching this and if you know what I'm talking about, leave your comments. If you don't agree, whatever you think, just drop a comment. But it's different when you're walking at night. It's just you, and the street is like darkish,
Mm,
and you hear footsteps behind you. Like it's a different ball game in your mind.
mm,
Then even it doesn't matter how old, especially if it's males behind you, it doesn't matter how old they are, even if they're teenagers, you are even more worried because you
right,
know that teenagers have this kind of mob thing, like where they're really courageous when they're together.
right, right,
And of course, they're not thinking like men at that point. They're boys, so
right,
they're going to
right,
do boy things, right?
right, right,
And sometimes they don't understand, the magnitude of what they are doing. Sometimes
right,
it's just them trying to scare you, but it's
right.
scary, scary,
True, true,
right?
true, true.
So I remember that there was a time I used to live by a high school.
Mm,
And once it was, what time did they used to get out? Maybe 4. The moment it was 4, I wouldn't leave my house
mm.
because they would try to stop you in the street. You're just taking a walk and be like, "Hi," and start asking you for your number. So so the moment it would get to that time, I'm like, mm-mm, I'm staying in my house.
True, true.
So I know I can't take a walk until everyone's gone from the area.
All right.
So, but let me share this video so you see kind of like where we're coming from. Everyone, there are pros and cons. Most of these items. Am I, can you see it?
No, I cannot. I was just about to say that.
Oh, okay. As a woman walking around, most of
I still can't see it.
okay, guys. Okay, just one moment. Just give me a moment.
All right, now I can see it.
Subscribe below. Come join the sisterhood.
Shout out to Soothing Sister.
Come join the family. All right, let's get started. I really want to start this video off by saying that not all these items are for everyone. There are pros and cons to most of these items. A lot of it I feel like is just purely for self-assurance and security as a woman walking around in the city by myself. When I lived in San Francisco, especially, I used to carry a knife on me all the time and just like have it in my hand, like in my pocket. I actually do not have a knife in this list of items because if that's something that you want to carry on you, feel free. It's up to you. But I have heard about some bad things that happen with knives turning on women. Just like any of these items really could get turned on you. So
Okay, so do you see why I even brought up that video now? Because in this video,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
she's basically talking about, when a woman is walking by herself alone, you know, um, how can she protect herself from
All right.
people who want to take advantage? And she in the video she goes on to like share different kind of how would you put it? Different kind of weapons
Mm-hmm.
that people can use to protect themselves. And she says she doesn't put a knife in that list in that particular video because if you are holding a knife, if the person is strong enough and knows what they're doing, they can use that knife
And
to
turn against so yeah.
to hurt you, And I'm just like, we're constantly like just once you're not even if you're driving, you're still constantly at risk. And a part of
Right.
it is very annoying for me as a woman
Right.
because
Right.
I remember going out with someone, like I think it was a week ago, and we just wanted to go pick up Chinese food because we placed an order and we wanted to pick it up. And I remember kind of, hello, Jesse. And I remember like looking at where she parked and looking at the lights and kind of checking to see that it was well lit. It was just in my head. And I was just thinking to myself, why do we have to live like this though? I don't think you men
Thank you,
have to
Jason.
think about all of these things.
So this is the strange part is that we do, at least I do. I think the
Yeah.
reason why it's so much of a concern for females, not just like the things of like security, like some like what we talked about earlier, is the thing of like having issues with like bodies and things like that. Like I don't know if men have that too, but I do. I have like insecurities about my body, I
Mhm.
know, I see that there is no, before, most especially in the, like, a couple of years ago, there were no leading males that were not macho, like masculine, and like broad shoulders and this thing. We didn't start getting like actual people that look like actual men till a couple of years ago. All these
Mhm.
things are kind of like pushing men to be who they are. Like it's forging the mind, just like it forges the mind of a lady, and like, oh, this is the way it should be. This is the perfect picture. You know that that's not possible, but because it's what you see, that's where you're gonna. That's what is in your head. It's the same for men too. So I think like women may think like, oh, men can't get it. That's why they're not. I have a broader theory concerning this, but I can't say it because it's a little bit controversial. It's just, I think, in a sense of something like that. For example, what you just said now, I don't check the lights, but what I do is I might have walked a block and I will still go back to make sure that I lock the car. I'll make sure that I don't have any bags outside. Whenever I'm walking, I am constantly being aware of my surroundings. I am paranoid in a sense. And maybe I learned this from like my parents or whatever, but like it's not only just female that it doesn't just happen to women. It's just I think it's part of life. And obviously it's worse for women because based on again statistics and like things that we've seen and heard and just life in general, it happens to you guys more than men. But it's a I don't know about like any other man, but for me, it's a constant fear too, having to kind of have my gut. And I'm not like bulky, like I'm literally skinny. You could like just walk up on me and kidnap me. And I don't like physical pain. So if you see,
Kidnappers. He has told you that you can just walk up on to him
please,
and kidnap him.
if you kidnap me, just give me a laptop that I can use to make music on and give me food, Burger
We
King,
can't pay his ransom, oh,
to be
just in
this.
case anybody's having any ideas.
Then since my African auntie, you can ask her for. Look at that glasses alone. Where's that glasses? That glasses is worth millions. Just come on, look at that. Look, come on.
Rich
See that
auntie
glasses right
vibes.
there. In
Rich
fact,
auntie.
so I think, oh, do you really think like men can relate at all?
I feel like I don't think men act like they can relate is the issue. Like I feel like men kind of
Because
make
as
it
I'm
seem
talking, I feel it
sometimes.
feels like you are shocked.
Thank you, Jesse. Hmm.
It feels like you are shocked at like me admitting
I'm
it.
shocked because many times when I've had to tell men like, okay, this is how I feel about, walking around a certain area or going out at a certain time or and then I don't like being in spaces where there are a lot of people. Like it's a lot for me to go to a concert. Like
Mm,
that. Like I remember when my husband would say, "Let's go to watch a football match." At this, I would be
mm,
like, "No, you go and I'll be home and come home and let me know what happened."
right.
Once they're like more than just a number of people in the place together, I'm just like, I don't know, I
Right.
don't know.
So again, I'm not like standing up for men because like you don't men will disappoint you, so you don't want to do that. I'm not a spokes advocate for men, but what I'm saying, the reason why I say this, and I have this conversation a lot with Liz too, is that I think you people not feeling supported makes
Hmm.
things worse, and you people not feeling the camaraderie makes things worse and makes the fear heightened because you're like, these are the people that are. This is basically the other side, and if the other side doesn't believe and support me,
Hmm.
then it's not possible. Iri Bailey is asking like, what's the topic?
Okay, so we're talking about women versus men who has to like take who has to worry more about self-defense, who has to worry more about safety, and of course Jem is letting me know that men think about safety, maybe not as much as women do, but that men think about safety. Personally, I've spoken with some of the men folk about this, and they make it seem like, oh, you're overreacting, right?
So it depends
Maybe
also
if they
on. Sorry, you go.
Okay, maybe if they didn't do that, maybe if they made it seem like, oh, okay, we get your concern, right? Maybe if it seemed like they understood, but it seems like they're just like, oh no, you're playing around, and you know how many times you've heard of people being murdered on the way to school, um, I work in the city. I know how many times I know how we worry about being pushed onto the platform. Like we basically just pray that prayer every morning. So I don't know, man. So Liz says, I believe it is easier to prey on women. End of story. The problem are that people perpetrating, but she's right, perpetrating
It's
evil.
true. I do. I do.
Unfortunately, society has not made it easy for men to be vulnerable about being unsafe.
This is my next point. Is
This
number
is
one,
so
what are the kind of men that you're
true.
talking? You can't ask an African man if it doesn't. We just talked about it. It's about the sense of being a failure. If I don't feel me, I tell Liz every time. Anybody that knows Liz is much bigger than me. She used to be an athlete. She's very strong. She used to go to the gym. After that, and one of the reasons why we are together is because if the doo hits the fan, she will protect me because me, I cannot. Look at me.
No,
Look at,
wait.
you see my hand? You see, I don't know. They will break me in front of you. So please, if you just fight for me, I've told that. So we
No,
have that
no.
understanding with that within like within us. But it's a sense of like, yeah, the men are forming, and but it's not like they are forming, it's just like it's again it's the thing about the failure. How would a
Mhm.
not prideful, but like you women too, you want this man to be able to protect you. So if I admit to
Okay,
you,
you know what? You know what? Let's even let's are people looking at protection? Are people still looking at protection as part of the criteria, or is it
yes,
more of can he take care of me or not?
wait, isn't take care of
Because
you,
I'm
isn't
not
like
sure we are
protection
still
too?
looking at. No, I'm not talking about monetary protection. I'm talking about
Yeah,
physical
yeah, like
protection, like when Adam used to protect Eve from the animals
I
after
don't
they
know, protect you
ate the
from the
forbidden
animal.
fruit, and the animals no longer sent them per se. Eh. So that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
but like the thing is like all these things that we're talking about, they're not just things that happened like in an
Mhm,
instant. Like this is the way the world has been revolving for
mhm.
like thousands and thousands and probably million of years. If you want to go
Thousands.
according to like the science, is like it's not just it's not just it's not just even in matter of fact it doesn't even have to be male and female. It's the dynamics of relationship. Hey, pastor is on. It's the dynamics of relationship, I believe.
Okay.
In some relationships you see that like for example again I'll use me and Liz because it's just like on the hand of example. Like
If you don't use your and Liz, who will you use? Go ahead.
so
Carry
it's
on.
in the sense of me and Liz, for example, now like she is
Mhm.
more physically built than me. So in terms of like physical protection, my mind will kind
Stop
of go
saying
to her.
that.
But no, it's
Uh-huh.
oh my god, you even did not know anything. You don't know some. You're about to say some. Yes, it's natural,
Okay.
and it's not like it's a bad thing. But I
No, it's
protect
natural for
Liz.
women to want to feel. I think she means it's natural for women to want to feel. It's not that we naturally feel protected by you guys.
It's no,
We
it's
want to
natural.
feel protected. It's not the same thing.
Protection doesn't have to be like it's not it's just that okay let me keep on using Liz again like in terms of like okay how do I protect Liz if I can
No,
protect
protection has different facets. I get that. What I'm
it
saying
does
is part of it is also protecting physically, like at least wanting, at least showing interest in protecting. Like, oh, you're going out. Are you sure you have your phone with you? Are you sure it's not too late? Or you're
but
going
men do
out
that
partying with your friends.
but men do
Sorry?
that men do that and if you are going out thank God I brought that up if you're going out and your man does not ask you
Okay,
where are
okay,
you
so she's
going
clarifying.
what's
Uh-huh.
clarifying
She's
feel
clarifying. She
protected
said she said no, feel protected.
yeah it's not
Natural
want
for
it's
women to
like
okay, so she
feel
said it's natural for women to feel protected by men. I don't agree, but
you
okay.
don't are you big spoon or small spoon
I don't agree.
are you big spoon or small spoon
What? Stop.
no, 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 no,
What
no,
is
no,
big
no.
spoon and
This is
small
it.
spoon? I
Let's
don't
come
know.
back to the basics of it. There's no even before I go to Adam and Eve. I do which one do you prefer to be big spoon or
Okay.
to be small spoon?
What is that?
Oh, like when you cuddle and stuff. Anyways, what? So the reason I kind of ask is
No,
like,
that big spoon and small spoon, you must say it today.
no,
Which
big
one is
spoon is
big
like
spoon?
when you cuddle and like, would you rather be like small spoon is like
You are
the
not serious.
person
You are not even
inside the
serious.
cuddle and
I, you are not. You are not serious. You
no,
are a
no.
big
So
knife
the
and a
reason,
small knife. My friend, say what it's.
so the reason
Oh,
is
okay.
like,
So she said she feels safer when she sees a man.
I guess someone
Um,
that you know, I would think, right? But anyways, what I'm saying in essence is that like,
but she
obviously,
said she feels. I'm lost. I'm actually lost.
I'm kind of lost.
But you know the funniest part, I know what you mean by big spoon and small spoon. I did not see how we kind of married into what we're saying, so I didn't think that that was what you were talking about.
Yeah,
But
it's like,
what does how we cuddle fit
no, it's
into
the sense of like to want to be a small spoon is like to just want to be like
to want to
enveloped.
be protected?
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know how I can really like
No,
break it
I
down. To
hear
be
what you're
honest,
saying, but
but
none
you see
of
what
that
I'm saying.
applies to me. Okay,
I mean,
I
if it
just want
that's
to
what I'm
sleep.
saying. That's
I
what
want to sleep and sleep like this. I don't
that's what I'm
want to be
saying. It's
spooned.
it's all about the
I just want
dynamics
to be.
of the relationship. And so if the dynamics of the relationship of the men that are speaking with is that like they feel like they are the protector. Pastor Beth said that she's medium.
Medium
Medium
spoon.
spoon.
I'm like this.
So
Don't
it's a
even
sense of
deceive
like
me.
it's the sense of like they would not accept or admit to it because for them to admit to it
Mm.
is to fail at being what you want them to
It's to like
be.
be weak.
Yeah, it's to be weak. For
Bro.
example, like it's the reason why you see like some men get fired from their jobs and they can't tell their spouses is because
And they
like
don't tell their spouses,
yeah,
and they're like going to work like they're
exactly.
working.
And they'll still find some way to also
But
do something to get like money for
mhm.
the family and things like that. They might not even be the primary breadwinner, but it's just like and everything is in
Mm,
essence,
mm.
everything is kind of putting into perspective.
Come through, Jam with the depth.
Well,
Come through with the depth, Jam. Okay, let's
everything is
go.
kind of the
I like
perspective
it. No, I
of the
like
like
where you're taking this. I like where you're taking this conversation to. I
the-
like it. I
this
honestly
is
do.
I feel like this is the first
Um,
time that I've had like the like an open conversation with anybody outside Liz is that I know I do agree. It's not to be argued
mhm.
that women are at risk of all these things. It's
Yeah.
it's 100%. There's no argument about it. It's
Yeah.
true. It's
You
known.
know that it's not the way. If you had a son, you know that it's not the way you would tell the son who's going out with his friends. It's not the same way you would
True.
warn. It's not the same warnings you would
You
give
would
that
give the
son that you
daughter
would give to
exactly,
your daughter. It's
exactly,
completely different.
exactly. 100, 100, 100, and a million percent. But to that same effect
Mm-hmm.
too, you still or I still have to be conversant of the things that you guys fear too. I know that I might not be, as it's statistically probably gonna happen to a lady before it happens to me, but I can also have that happen to me. So me personally, my mind is always paranoid about where I am, who knows where I am, if anything goes down. People can tell
Mm-hmm.
like this is the last place it texted me. I have basically an handler that I kind of report to all through my life. So maybe it's the way I was raised,
Okay.
but like I think like men feel it too, and any man that's listening to me, just the way I feel to heal women or to help them kind of see that you see them is to first of all accept to it that like they are more prone to these things happening to them, and it's not the way the world is supposed to be, and we also feel it too, so that is why we understand why you feel that way. I think that's what I'm trying to say in a nutshell.
Okay. So we're going to guys, yeah, we haven't talked about cancel culture yet, but we're going to talk about cancel culture before this is over. Um,
That got
so
deep,
let
right?
me know what you guys think when we start.
I got
But the
this one is
next thing we're
heated.
going to talk about is No, which one?
I said this one, this last one I just talked about is quite heated.
No, but it was very necessary.
It
And
is
just
necessary.
before we close, like let me read what Joy O said. She said the feeling of protection is subjective. It depends on the person you're with. Because I've been with men and knew that if shit hits the fan, I
Oh, connection is gone. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Hey Miss Biodun, we lost you. Hello? Hey, you're back.
I'm back.
What happened?
My brother. What can I say? Anyway, if you
You
if
were
you
reading
if you guys can see and hear and everything is clear, just put hello in the chat. Say hello, hello, hello. Say hello. Okay.
hello. Hello. Yeah, so yeah, I
No,
think it's
I've been
subjective. I
I've
think
been
it's
looking for
subjective.
somebody to eye and hiss at for like 5 years. So anyway, say hello. Nepa took light. Yes, yes, Uncle Ben. Nepa took light.
Up Nepa.
Um, but yeah, okay. So like Joy O said, right? And I
Hmm.
feel like I know so many joys. I feel like I know at least five.
That's good. You have joy in your life.
That's a good thing. I have so
Mm.
much joy around me.
Mm.
Yeah, shout out to all the
Brothers, tell
joy.
me what you want. Joy, joy, joy. Joy everlasting forevermore. Oh yeah, sorry, back on track.
Okay, back on track. So, like she was saying, right? I do
Yeah,
know some guys that if anything even happened, like I wouldn't even look at them for protection. Like what
right,
kind of protection? I would just like take off
right,
and the our angels should take care of us
right,
individually because
right,
I'm not even messing with them because they've never said anything that proves to me like they're interested in taking care of women around them
right,
or anything like that. So I'm out. So
right.
I do follow what she's saying. So next we're moving on to this topic, and this topic is hot, hot.
Hot, hot.
I think anyone who knows me knows where I stand on this issue. On this issue. So let me share my screen and you guys let just type in the comments whatever you think about what we're going to see.
Gosh. It went off.
We're still on it. We're still on it. That's what happens when you have too many videos lined up. That's what happens.
Maybe that would help a lot.
Shout out to Jubilee.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work. We just not.
Like take that leadership role to be
Tradition.
like the breadwinner.
I'm the caretaker of society. I don't even like saying it this way. Want the power, then you just demasculated yourself. I want to stick to what's made me happy, and my grandparents, my parents. I'm just gonna stick with it.
We're about to get ads.
I know.
Measles, tetanus.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
that's a reminder that there's still measles out there.
Perfect, but it works. Be a man. Plain simple.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think we're just getting in dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like, you want to pay for this, pay for this. Maybe next time I'm like, I just got to check, so I'll pay for it.
Wasn't this the first meal though? You
Yeah,
said?
the first one.
Okay. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
What does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be like, no disrespect, like, oh, because my grandpa did it and it worked for him, then it works for me. If she's not gonna date me that second time because I didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
Okay.
Nah, I almost completely
Okay.
straight out of the gate disagree with every single one of them. I am not. If I was on that line, I will walk
Okay.
out of the room.
You agree with every single one of them.
I disagree
Okay,
with
so
every
tell us.
single one of them.
Oh, you agree. Sorry, I
No,
sorry, you
this
disagree. That's
disagree. Yes,
it's this.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So tell and if you okay, so Jesse said disagree. Okay. Guys, let us know in the comments. Do you agree? The question is, should men pay on the first dates? If you agree, if you think they should pay on the first date, enter agree in the comments. If you feel that they should not pay on the first date, enter disagree in the comments. So that's what we're doing. So over to you, Jem Jem. Do you
Okay.
think a man should pay on the first date?
So I feel like all these things. This is very good. All these things ties in together, right? There
Mm-hmm.
is
It does.
so there it ties in together. There's so much pressure on not just men but everybody to be something that nobody really cares. Nobody really cares for you to be that. For example, like the protector thing, nobody cares for you to be like the protector, whatever. This is all like in
Who
their
said that?
mind. No, nobody cares.
Who
Like
said nobody cares?
nobody cares because different people things mean different things to everybody.
Yes, but do you know do you know what majority believe?
That's
Like
what I'm saying.
you can say nobody cares, but I'm a woman and I have friends who are women and I know that they care. So somebody in the
Yeah.
chat said they naturally feel like if there's a man around the place, they should be protected. We've heard black women in the last 1 year talk about how they want black men to protect them more. So how can we really say nobody cares
That no, that's
about
what
these
I'm
things?
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
In essence, is that like people are putting pressure on things that and trying to define and kind of
They're trying to force,
yeah, it's the pressure
their
thing.
thing.
Like, okay, like your friends that like that's the way they see it. Who taught them? Is them hearing it and picking it up from other sources. That's how it got to
Agree,
them. Nobody comes to this earth with
agree.
things like that. You see kids playing
With that
around and they
mindset.
don't care with whatever like skin color or whatever gender you are. Kids just want to play. But when they
Mm-hmm,
start growing up, is we
mm-hmm,
telling them, oh, you can't play with this kind of person. Oh, that's not how you talk to
mm-hmm.
someone. That's not how you do this. That's not how you do that. It
Okay,
doesn't
so I'm
matter.
going to ask you a question. Are you telling me that you don't, and I'm not trying to, let me
No,
rephrase
no,
that
no.
question. Are you
Hit me, brother
saying that
Shaggy. Hit me.
when you are with a female,
Uh huh.
you don't, and something is about to happen,
Hmm.
you don't feel like it's up to you to kind of, especially if maybe a girl is
Right.
being like kind of bullied by a boy. Maybe you see
Right.
two kids
Right.
and a boy is bullying a girl,
Right.
right? You don't kind of feel like, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't treat her like that.
Let me I'll give you an actual example, right? And I'll bring it down to like, and then relate it to something else. Actual example: I went somewhere with someone, a friend of mine. She's a lady in this not scenario. It actually happened, and
Hmm.
I went in to get something. I came out. Now, this lady, she's pretty popular in the sense of like where we were and stuff. So I came back, but I know like she's kind of been telling me that like just people are hanging out around her, coming to meet her in this event that we went to, and she's not kind of comfortable with it. So I just came out to kind of put stuff in my car, and I see like three guys like just standing around her and just chatting with her, and she physically looks uncomfortable. You can see that she's uncomfortable, and I was supposed to go back inside, but I stayed outside there, stayed with her, kind of started joking with the guys to take the pressure off of her, and one of the guys when they were about to leave because they saw like I was kind of putting pressure on them and pushing them, they wanted to give her a hug and she gave them a side hug and then it's like, oh, come back, give me a full hug now. I'm like, Baba, go Jare, you don't need full hug. And I kind of like just joshed and joked him away, right? I would do that for anybody, whether you're a male or a female. Why? Because it's you should just want to help people. Bring this thing now
Okay,
back.
so
Wait, wait, wait.
even that thought process of you should just want to help people, you didn't come with that mindset. It was probably put into you, right?
Exactly, but people
Let's
are
be
putting.
honest.
But it's a definition
Okay,
of self.
okay,
Know yourself. So let me rearrange this thing now. Right, two guys go out to go and eat.
hmm
Who pays?
Who? Okay, are you asking me?
Yes, two guys go to go and eat. Who pays? How do they know who pays?
Okay,
Or say like two
so
ladies, you
that
and your friend go out
so
to
that
eat.
means that means we are you're now going into my thoughts on the issue,
Okay.
right?
All right. Shall I land
So
my own
my
plane?
thoughts on the
Right.
so
Right.
land your own plane first.
So
Land
to
your own
land
plane.
my own plane is in the sense of like,
Can't take I can't take this anymore.
and what are you taking it here? Yo, everybody, if you I just a shameful plug to the Daffy Show. Go watch the Daffy Show and watch the episode where you're wearing a baseball cap. What are you talking about? You're talking about books, right? Please look out for that
Yes, I think
episode.
it's
She was so
mhm.
uncomfortable, and there's a little Easter egg at the end of the video. All right, sidetrack finished, and bringing it back
Okay.
to the middle, right? Kind of like with the being protection thing and everything like that. You need to know who you're with, and just not even relationship, just in regular life. Have conversations with people. If you're not comfortable about something, say you're not comfortable about it. If you're going for a date, we should already know like what the other person feels and ask. It's not unromantic to ask that, hey, would you like to pay? I would like to pay for you. Me personally, I'm someone that I like to take care of not whoever I'm with, even in a relationship sense, just like wherever I am in life. I like to look out for people.
No, it's a first date. Delu is a first date.
Yeah, even as a
It's the
first
first
date.
date.
Yeah, but you talk nah. That's what I'm saying. Talk with
It's
the
a okay.
person. Talk with the
Okay,
person. Say,
let me land my plane. Let me
right,
land my plane.
right.
It's a first date. You
Mhm.
used your cricket legs to walk up to me and say, Biodun, I want to take you out on a date.
Oh
I
my god.
like the way
I
you
don't think you're about to say you're about to
talk.
say. You think you should pay?
I like eh?
Do you think you should
You
pay?
came to me to come and ask me to
Oh my,
follow
I
you
did
out.
not know you
I
were
should
going to
get
say
off of
this.
my chair.
I did
No,
not
no,
know you
wait,
were going to
hold
say
on.
this. I
I
thought you were
should
going to
leave
say, oh
wait.
no, women should
I
pay.
should
Like,
leave Hulu. Excuse me. You said you thought what?
what?
No, hold
Please,
on.
is
No,
everybody
no,
in the chat as
wait.
surprised as I
I
am right
should
now?
no. Okay, if you're surprised at my response, please just drop it in the chat. Are you kidding? I'm sitting by myself. My time is money. I could be making pepper soup with that time that I used to go out with you. I could be I could be working on my business. I could be writing on my blog. Shout out to www.immigrate.live.slash shameless plug. Like
Check it out.
you I could be doing any of those things. You asked me to follow you out.
I'm so
Basically,
surprised right now.
you asked me to borrow you time. That's
Right,
what happened. And
right.
then I will now go out. Then I will now pay. Again, what happened?
So the thing with that is, okay, what if it's the lady that asked the man ask that she
Then
let's
she
just
should pay.
so
Gotcha.
that's your
And
own
that's why we always tell women that they should not shoot shots with open mouth too much. And that's why we tell them that you should no, our
yo.
ancestors too, they are not stupid. The people that said that men should the reason why when you and whoever you settle down with, the reason why you will in your cultural setting you will go and prostrate in front of the elders is because you have come to beg. You've come to ask for something.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not the
but
other way around.
no, but so
Yeah.
this to me is bigger. So first, just to clarify, on our first date, I paid. On my first date with
No
Liz,
pay.
I
Mm-mm.
paid. But it's kind of like I didn't pay because of like I'm a man. I paid
Okay.
because like I will. For example, now like if I
No,
get a,
now land the plane. You didn't pay because you're a man. I accept.
I paid because it's my
Because I go out with
personality.
girls. I go out with girls too. It's even wrong for me to okay, let's take it this way,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right,
I ask you to go somewhere. I
right,
ask you to go somewhere with me.
right.
It means I want your time.
How
It's
about
just
ladies
like
that feel offended by this, and then if you pay, they feel like, oh, do you mean you just said the thing about protection? So I'm kind
do
of
you mean what? Do you mean what?
like ladies that you just said the thing about protection. Now, for example, now is if he's the one that came to you, then why isn't he that he can protect you? Because like you did not ask to be joined together to the hip with him. So now that I joined
So we're
together, you must look out for you.
so, so we are going out together. Yes, no, Liz asked a good question. She said, but what if I ask him, should he pay? I'm not surprised and I agree with her, but bottom line, I think it depends on the individuals and their conversation.
He
So
see
this
that's
is
what
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
If you
It
guys
depends.
No, that's not what you said.
No, that's what I'm saying. I say it depends on
No,
the
I will
individual.
send you
Conversate
something.
about it.
That's not.
No, it's conversate. You have to
No,
talk
no,
about it. Is
wait,
what I
hold
said.
on.
Uh-huh.
It's conversate, right? But
Oh
what if
yeah,
nobody brought it up? But what if nobody brought it up
that's why you bring it
before
up.
you guys got there? What if
That's
nobody
fine.
brought it up?
Yeah, when you got there,
Okay,
when
let's
you got
let's
to the
imagine this.
place,
Let's
we got
imagine
it.
this scenario.
Uh-huh.
Eh?
When you got
Let's
there, we
imagine
got
this
it.
scenario, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, keep going.
No, that it will leave a bitter taste in someone's mouth. Trust me. It
But
will. So as a woman, right? As a
mhm,
woman, it's up
mhm.
to us to hold vex money. So vex money is if you get there and the person starts talking
You are
about how he
perpetrating
has
some.
no, there's no perpetrating. I'm just telling you, like, right? I'm just look, nobody has to agree with me, right? Nobody
I
has to agree
absolutely.
with me.
The,
I
the,
could get to the restaurant and your card gets declined. What happens?
why is your card decline when you're going for a date? You should be prepared.
No, but that's my point. I'm not in your pocket and I'm not in your wallet. I don't know what you
True.
have going on. So
True.
to make sure I am okay,
Right.
and I'm not even saying that if anything happens, I will abandon you.
Mm-hmm.
But it is my job to be able to take care of myself, right? But
Yes.
you who ask for my time,
Mm-hmm.
you should not have taken me anywhere without having the means to pay for both of us, is simply what I'm saying.
Okay, so good. This is good that you said that. Do you think the reason why the conversation is coming up is because like they can't pay for where they are? The conversation is coming up because it's women have said that it feels offensive to them if someone just
Which
pays for them.
woman? Which woman?
Other
No,
women, nah.
no. How many women said so?
Isn't that
How
isn't that
many
what that guy was
women?
saying? The guy on the guy on like the right hand side of
No,
the or left hand side
the
of the
guy just said, "Oh, it's 2019. Things have changed."
Yeah, things have changed. That's what we are saying. I think so. This is what I think. I think it's better if we don't leave anything to people's interpretation in their head. When we get there, how about the guy says this that, hey, do you
Before
mind
you
if
get
I
there,
pay?
oh,
When no,
before you
not
get
even
there.
you said let's say before you get there it's too bad. You met this person on the road. You say,
Mhm.
Auntie, I like you. Let's go for lunch. She said, okay, no problem. When you
It's
guys are finished,
2019. It's 2019. You men have lost the liver to meet women on the road and really ask them out like that. So
hey,
let's be honest. I'm just
shit.
saying. I'm in my
Shit.
husband's house, okay? So I can tell you the truth,
So
okay?
yeah,
You men
okay.
have lost the liver
Other
to
he
ask
hit her up
women out.
on Tinder. Is it Tinder? Be Flinter? Be what they call it? Is it
Bumble
Tinder?
and okay. You know what? Thank God we even brought this up. Okay, look at Bumble, right? Bumble is an app
Mm-hmm.
that women ask men out.
Okay.
So if you're on Bumble and you're a
Mm-hmm.
guy, you shouldn't be like feeling some kind of way if a woman like reaches out to you and says, "Hey, blah blah blah." The woman
Right.
kind of starts the conversation. I think that's the way
Right.
Bumble works.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, and it's good, right? For
Yeah.
anyone who says it's 2019, I think women should be able to shoot their shot, blah blah blah. Use Bumble.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But
from the app, I think you should talk about like who pays on it. What you don't have to be like upfront. You can be like, what are your thoughts on paying on the man paying or the woman paying on the first date?
yeah,
And then
that's what
she
I'm
will tell
saying.
you.
Yeah, just ask. Just ask. Like at the end when you're like, let's say you didn't come up. It wasn't you couldn't bring it up. When you're about to pay, just say, hey, do you mind if I pay? If it's the lady too, ask him, hey, do you mind if I pay? I don't mind paying. And then you guys converse about it. But I believe to think that, oh, it's the one that took me out, so it should pay for it, or she's the one that took me out, you should pay for it.
No, it's
Is
not okay. So it's
That's what
wrong
you
to
said.
believe that some okay, look at this for
I think
instance. Look at this.
conversate about it.
Okay, hold on,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. I'm holding.
There's somebody that you there's somebody that you admire. The person has a small business. You
Oh,
want to start a business, right?
okay.
And you think this person
All
kind
right.
of has gone through the trials that you've been through, and you want to pick their brain, as we used to say. Now they say even picking brain is costly, right? But let's say you are able to say, I'd like to take you out for lunch, just to get your thoughts on certain issues. And the person says, okay, no problem. Would you get there and split the bill with that person?
Would I get there and split the bill? I mean, if we talked about it and they said they were gonna pay, then or they would like to split the bill, then we'll split the bill. It's conversation. I just take okay. For example, now you know what? This is a great example. Do
You,
you know that if
you
you take
tell me
me,
you want to take me out to pick my brain on something, on an issue. You see me as somebody that is like, my time is valuable to you, and
I'm
then
I'm,
I would get there and you would think that I would,
I'm gonna give you
that,
I'm gonna give
I
you a
would
great
pay. Like I have the money, but
I'm gonna give you a
really?
great example. Like me, if we go out somewhere together and you pay for me,
Okay.
I will feel offended. Because me
Why?
personally, I like to be.
Why?
I like
What is
to.
why? But it's 2021. So why do
That's
you feel offended?
because like I like to, not because I'm a man, but because I like to take care of
Just
people.
personally.
Yeah, just personally, I like to take
Personally.
care of people. So if like, okay, I'll give you like example now. This my hair that I did now, right? A friend of ours, the past, by the way, by the way, Pastor Ben said that is ego boosting for guys to pay. If ego boosting, what? I think he wants to say is ego
No,
boosting for
no, he
guys.
said the first thing he said is on the first day, it's most likely that the guy is asking her, then he has to pay.
Yeah, I
And
agree
then
with you in that
he
sense.
continued, and then he continued, it might be a generational thing.
In this generation,
It
in
might
this
be a
dispensation
generation.
of grace, what I'm saying is that
Excuse me.
converse about it.
So we were coming from the dispensation of what?
You are not
Grace.
coming from. Let us be frank about it. It is not.
Hey!
If I never, but that's not the point. So, like,
Okay.
so this person did my hair, and she's a family friend, but like, she did it,
Mhm.
and she said, "Oh, she was gonna collect money," and it was like a whole back and forth before it. And at the end of the day, she didn't end up collecting money, and I felt so hurt. I felt so bad. I felt like I felt just
Like
horrible.
you were duping her.
Yes. So if we go out and you pay me, like it's just working
You
with
pay.
Liz, and because Liz is the person that she wants to pay, but because she's strong, independent woman, and then me too, I want to pay. So I had to kind of learn that. Okay, how about this? We go 50-50 on things. We go 40-60 on things, depending on who has the most amount of money at that particular time. And that is why I'm saying that it
Okay.
has to be a conversation because you don't know what I like.
Yeah, I
You don't
agree.
know what I
I
like.
agree. I agree.
It's
I
just
agree,
easier
but
that way.
I agree, but for me, right? This
All
is,
right. For
Biodun is
you.
saying her
Which
own,
is
right?
fine. Which is fine.
Yeah, for me, for let me put it this way: for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. For me and my house,
If you
if you're
take me
taking
out
a
to be
girl
paid.
out, I have young kings. If you're
Right.
taking a girl out on a date, you should be prepared
Right. To take care of
to
them.
pay. You should have it in your mind.
Right. Right.
Something going on with my, you
You're
know,
back. You're back now. You're back.
you should have it in your mind that you're the one who should pay.
Mm.
I hope that you have brought it up, in conversation. But I think, and this is my thoughts, right? On the gram, we see somebody and her man buys her a Birkin, and all the girls in the comment like, "Oh, God, when? God, who? God, then?" And then those are the same people saying, "No, you're offending me if you pay for my debt." Like, I feel like sometimes people are not being honest about what they really want.
That's
I would advise any young woman, if
uh-huh.
you think that it's okay for somebody to pay on your first date, be open and honest about it.
True.
If he makes it into some kind of fight or some kind of battle, you don't want that kind of energy. Like, I will give you advice now.
Wait. So are you saying if the guy makes it to do something that the girl has to pay? That the lady
If,
has to
if
pay?
yes, if no, if he makes it into something that, oh no, why can't you pay? This is 2021, or this is an equal life, or blah blah blah. If he
I
makes
think
it
this is a
into
different discussion
right.
then.
No, it's not a different discussion.
Yeah.
I'm just saying a woman should expect that a man who wants her time to get to know her is ready to pay for the date. That is my
Own
thought
pattern
on
of
the
it.
issue.
Right.
If I come to you, if I'm a woman and I come to you, or I'm a girl or a lady, and I come to you and I say, I want to ask you, I want to take you out. I think we would have fun just hanging out talking. Then
Mm.
I should be ready to pay for the date.
For this reason, a man shall leave. Is the man that has to
We are not even talking
leave.
about living yet. We are still saying, I like you. I feel like
Right.
if we spoke, if we chatted, we would vibe,
Right.
because I don't feel like every date will end up being even us dating. I
Right.
feel like we could just spend time with each other, and
Right.
I could go out on a date with somebody. Like if I was a guy, I could go out on a date with somebody I thought was promising, and then I would find out that she's still hung up on her ex. Like she spends half the day talking about her ex,
Right.
right? That's
Yeah.
why some people would want to take a person out on the first date and they would not take them somewhere super expensive. They would like be like they would take them to Burger King, but they would find like some middle
I
ground.
mean, you're testing the waters. You have to test the water a little bit.
Exactly. Or maybe you go to some, hole in the wall Italian pizza place, not expensive, kind of family
But
pizza
yeah,
place.
but a little bit tush too.
It's nice, but it's not expensive, and the food is good. The
Right.
ambience is kind of like the ambient is not like too lit. So if the person starts misbehaving, it's dark, people can't see your face, you can quickly cut, those kind of
Right.
things.
But
Right.
seriously though, the thing is like I in my head the way I ration everything is kind of like if it's a way of like
Did you see that comment?
whether he pays or she pays. I mean, if not, we both
That's
wash the
all
plates
right.
together.
That's all right.
If not,
If not, both of you will wash
we wash
plates.
the plates.
You will wash-
But what I think is that like saying like, oh, because the man is this or because the woman is this, what I think it kind of propagates. Oh, I
Mhm.
don't like that I'm using that word, but what I think it
Okay.
kind of propagates is that like it brings you into this, which is not bad in a sense. It brings you into this like role filling thing where like you have to be a certain type of thing throughout the entire course of that relationship or friendship, and this person has to be that thing. Whereas if we converse about it, then we can kind of get to know the
What
rationale.
is Mhm. Okay,
Right?
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No problem.
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
You just
I
absolutely
don't
did not
understand. So,
agree.
are you telling me now that men don't want to play a role again? You people, so you want to be
No,
role
that's not what I'm
leader.
saying.
That's the
What
new
I'm
thing. You want to
saying
be doing
is
like
that
this. My question, the same question I will ask you that I still asked somebody recently on some platform.
Mhm,
When you hear buzz, 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 buzz on your
mhm,
door at
right,
3 a.m.
yeah,
and you hear open up
right,
and the owners of property have come to collect their
right.
property, who will go and sharpen
I,
cutlass?
I
Who will
just said
carry
it now.
gun?
I
And who
just
will go and keep the children?
I just told you now.
Is
It's
what
me.
I'm
Me, I
asking.
will hide inside. When you come, we go because when you come know how to fight, I don't. The reason I know that is because
Oilis,
we talked
over to
about
you.
it. I say,
Answer.
Onyinkan, please, so look at me as I am like this. You will protect me because I cannot. Eh? I'm not the only one that my mother born, but I'm the first born. I'm the first male child. You are first female child. It's still different.
Okay, but let's go by. You've already said it now. And this world, they've already done it that they force people into roles, blah, blah, blah. So
Mm-hmm,
if you as a male, you've already been groomed that this
mm-hmm,
is your role as
mm-hmm,
protector, this
mm-hmm.
is your role as head,
Right,
your role as a leader. So of
right,
course, a woman's role is also leader. But if
right.
she is, traditionally married to a man, that means she's a leader under a leader. So she has a head,
True,
right?
true, true.
Exactly. So she will still lead, but then she will still have to, she will
Report.
still have to bring some things for
Or
review to her own oga at the top,
yeah,
right?
because everybody has an organ at the top in this life. It's just part of life.
Everybody has an oga at the top. Even
Right.
your oga at the top has an
Has
oga
an
at the
organ
top,
at the top.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm
So my
saying, your question,
Mhm.
yes, hit me again.
So it's not even a question. I'm just saying you've already been groomed into the role of protector. You've been groomed into the role of leader. Why are guys trying to shake that off so badly now?
No, we're
Why
not
what is
trying to
the
shake
issue?
it off. So this
Okay.
is the bad side of it. If I feel like I'm making decisions for the family, I'm the head of the family. What this thing causes is that, and I'm telling you, what it causes is that the guy feels like I can make decisions for her. Have you not been to this thing that a guy said that, oh, I need to order for her, and like the guy is ordering for the lady and she doesn't give because like he has to take charge and things like that. That's what it causes. Obviously, the
No,
way I
I
am,
think I
I think
okay.
that's what it
Let me let
causes
you finish.
because they're
Let me
kind
let
of
you
like related. They're not kind of. They are actually related. But it's better if like we converse about it and say that, hey, do you mind, even if it's ordering, like, do you mind if I order for you? Do you mind if I pay the
Why
bills?
on the first date? Why would you order for me? What do you know that? Like, do you know if I have allergies?
But that's
Do
the
you
thing.
know if I'm allergic to veggies? So if you order from me, what do you know that is going to happen?
But that's what I'm saying.
Have
Like,
you
as
asked me if I
that's the
have a
role of
schedule?
the guy in the sense
It's
we
not.
can't
It's
go
not.
off
It's
the
not.
role of the guy. We can't go off the role of the
Okay.
guy because if you keep going off the role of the guy, you don't know what the lady wants. Okay, what if the lady has been raised that nothing, no, nothing can come
Okay,
above
let's
you.
even remove rule now. Jem, let's remove rule now. I'm just saying, if
Okay,
you ask me for my time, if you look me in the face and you say, your time is valuable, can I have some?
right.
You should be able to pay for what I will eat. Like, what is the issue here?
Okay, how about people that not get offended when I pay
That's
without
their
asking?
business.
But
Look,
it's just better
I
to
will
just ask.
look. That's their okay. Ask if you want to ask. I'm not against you
Ehen,
asking. I'm not
yes,
against you
you
asking.
can't
What
be
I'm
against
saying is
asking.
that come fully prepared with the mindset that you are going to pay. That's
Okay,
it.
no problem, no problem.
That is it. But
I
I'm just saying
appreciate.
but that's just my opinion,
I
right?
appreciate.
Nobody
I
has
think
to
it's deeper
agree
than
with
that,
me.
and I think everything leads to something. I don't want to go
Everything
like
leads to something. Okay, let's go.
every.
Eh, Everything leads to something. No, let's go now. Everything leads to something.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so like let's say like we are going now, or I don't. Okay,
Say
all right,
it,
all right.
say it.
Okay.
I knew
Let's
from
say
the moment I saw these glasses that you're going to look for trouble today.
no. Let
Say
me
it.
even remove these
Where
glasses.
is
Let us see each other side and talk now. Let's say
that?
like for example now, first kiss now, right?
Hey, this is
This
my
is where
hand
you
though.
remove your hand, but it's
This is
part.
my
See, it's part.
this is my
If you believe that the man should initiate the first kiss or like make the first move, right? And it's this generation of women who want to be asked and given. We want to be asked and given the option of being
of
in
being in
charge.
charge. Fine, fine. So ask, but come fully prepared.
To yes, yes. If
That's what I'm saying. Like come
you were
as if
saying,
you
don't
are the
ask.
one. Look, I believe don't ask there. I believe don't ask there. I believe if you're going to ever raise it, have the conversation.
Mhm,
Let her say what she thinks.
mhm,
Right? Both of you say what you think about payments. I'm not going to lie. If I was single, we had that conversation. The man the man responded some certain kind of way.
mhm.
I would not even go out on that date. I'm
But
just
that's
letting you know.
you. That's
I'm,
you.
I'm just saying that's me. So this is the thing, right? Me, I know why it's just me. Because it's the same people that will say, I want to be in charge, I want to take charge, I want to take charge, that they'll be fighting and saying that the guy did not take out the trash. Where is the rule book that says that the man should take out the trash?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm raising what I'm saying because it is my time that you ask for, and
True,
you should be able to pay for it.
true, true,
That's what I'm saying.
true, true, true,
It's my time.
true,
We
true.
don't even know where if it will go anywhere. How many people will call me out on a date? How many people will I pay for? Think about what I'm saying.
But the conversation is not like you guys have to pay. The thing that they are in question is that like should you pay? Like immediately you get it, you're like, no, I
Should the
got
man
this.
pay?
I'm taking care of the bill.
Should the man pay on the first date?
Should
It's
the
no,
man
no,
pay?
no, no,
Yeah.
no. Should the man pay on the first date?
Yeah, should the man pay on the first date is that you ask the other person, is it okay if I pay? That's my answer. That's why I
It's not
disagree with all
asking
of
or
them.
no asking. They didn't even, none of them even made that distinction. The first person that walked over to strongly agree
Uh-huh.
said his grandmother did it, his mother did it. He likes how it turned out for them, and so he chooses that.
It's wrong
Another person
reason.
went to the extreme. I don't agree with him saying his grandmother did it, his father did it, that's his reason, but that is
Mhm.
him. Another person said, it's 2019, why should I? Right?
Right,
That was what somebody else said.
right.
So, and which is why when you say you don't agree with all of them, I understood what you were saying because you were looking at the reasons why,
Mm,
right? For me, my own reason is you asked me out. I did
right.
not come to you to
I
ask
agree.
you out.
I
If I
totally
come to
agree.
you to ask you out, me, Biodun, best believe I will pay. In fact, for me to come and ask you out, I already have like a plan of how it's going to happen. But that's my own personality. That's
Right,
me.
right.
But I still believe that the first date is the first is your chance to
To make a
wow
first
this
impression, yeah,
person.
like that person
It's
said,
your
yeah.
chance.
Right,
After
right,
that, because if she's a typical girl, she gets home, she's texting her friends, they're like, how did it go? How did it go?
right.
A lot depends on what she tells them about how it went.
True,
Trust me,
true,
because
true.
they are going to give her their take on what they
Right.
think about what happened on that date.
Right.
So that's all. That's all I'm
Right.
saying. So
Mm.
let us know what you, Jem, give us final words on the issue.
Final words on the
Ah,
issue is
Jesse said, I was taught no kissing until
Jesse,
marriage. Me,
me
I don't
too.
understand anything you're saying.
Jesse, me too. I'm just it's because of movie. Is
Nollywood. Nollywood
It's
taught you.
Nollywood that taught me. It's Jamaica that taught me. Even though I don't know what they're talking about. Anyways, in essence of what I'm saying is, if you're going on a first date, prepare, but consent is important. Before you touch somebody and before you open the door, ask them first. Before you pay, ask them first. If not, that's how you get got, my brothers and
Wait,
sisters.
before
Thank you
you
very
open
much.
the door, ask
Ah,
somebody.
my people, this is how you get got. If you don't want to get got, you better ask a question. Thank you. That's where I leave it. But prepare, but still ask.
Hey,
Thank you very
this
much.
is serious. So hey,
Things are going on outside here.
hey, no, no, wait, hold on. Okay, you know what? I think women we're just at this point where we want to be recognized as individuals, our own people, right? And sometimes women get offended when they see guys who are just, in the name of taking charge, they overdo it.
Right,
Because in the first place, if we're going out
right,
on the first date, if we're going out on a first date, right?
right.
You don't know what I like. You can't order for me if you don't know what I like. So anyway, let's not even overflog that issue. I am not even sure that we can do cancel culture because of the time. Jem,
Well,
you're the one that dragged this issue
me.
up to 9:26. You,
Oh yeah. Let's
now
quickly do
you're
the cancel culture. Let's quickly do
okay.
the cancel culture. Will wrap everything up. You will see. I promise you. Only once, one
There's a,
word that I will
okay.
say. One word.
Ah, okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to share the video. I won't be able to play the whole thing like I planned, but let's sit tight and see.
And we can come back next week and do this again.
And do what? Oh?
And talk good this toggle again.
Okay. Toggle cancel culture.
Yes, let's toggle cancel culture. Cancel culture for the entire this thing. Me and you.
Ah,
Let's
it will
go.
be
I challenge you.
serious. It will be serious. Okay.
I support cancel
Okay, let's
culture.
do that. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll get somebody else to join us too.
True. All right. Let's
We'll
get
get
it.
someone. If you're watching and you want to be on for cancel culture next week, let me know and let's do it. So Jesse said, let's talk about cancel culture. I think Jesse really wants cancel
Once the
culture to
cancel
happen
culture,
today,
all right.
but the time is so
Yes,
is
Jesse, I
so
support cancel culture. I'm pro cancel culture. Some things need to be cancelled. On the
yes,
first day
yes.
to impress someone. True,
And
true.
no, but
That's
but
right.
honestly,
Who
seriously,
is going back to it now? Who's going back to it now? Sorry. So what was saying.
but honestly, like I don't want to sound like I'm out of touch,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I think um I don't know. Look, y'all can't cancel me. This is my show. Okay. There is something to be said about being there's something to be said about watching somebody try to impress you.
True. It feels
There's
good.
something to
I
be
know.
said for it.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie, especially if you're someone that you people have tried to impress you all your life. Like you've gone from, maybe having a dad who was very like, would do everything for you, and then having like maybe older brothers that would do, and then you would, you know, maybe meet people who want to take you out on the date and they also want to impress you like Uncle Ben says, right?
Right.
Like show up for your first date with flowers, for you show up for your first date with a gift. I've
Yes, of
I've gone on
course.
first dates before and had the person like I've had like someone give me earrings.
Right.
And that was really because I love jewelry. Anyone who knows me knows that I love jewelry.
Right.
And we're not close, me and this person, but the person had noticed and said,
Right.
"Oh, I saw this pair of earrings and they look like a bunch of grapes and I bought them for you." That was like huge
Right.
because then it showed that the person was paying attention.
Mm.
I don't want somebody asking me for everything. Oh, should I open the door? Should I open the window? Like what?
True, you're right.
So
But
I don't
I
know.
I think it's a thing of
It's like of what?
I think it's a
You
thing
men too,
of
you're very happy about it. Like, yes, we don't have to spend
no,
money.
no, no, no. That's not. That's not what it's
Anything.
about. That's not what it's about. It's
Okay.
mostly about making you guys feel comfortable. Because I don't know what you're comfortable with or what you're not comfortable with.
Okay, I've heard, no problem.
It's not that I don't want to pay. It's just like
No,
if I
you're
pay,
already on
would it piss
lockdown.
you?
It's okay. You're even already on lockdown. So it doesn't matter what you want to do or you don't want to
True,
do.
true, true,
Oh
true.
my God. Just is about this. Okay. Let's talk about cancel culture for a bit,
Okay,
right?
all right, all right.
What do you guys think about cancel culture? I feel like I'm taking Jem's time way more than said Liz. I think you're trying to send a message that someone isn't picking up on. I
No, Liz,
support.
I take care of Liz, please. No, that's not
I
what I'm saying.
I support and
I
I
take care of
and
Liz because I know Liz likes being taken care of. That's what I'm saying. Because she's
so what are you now? You are not you
because I
see
asked her, do you like
but
to
you
be
see
taken
but
care
no but
of?
you see okay. Cancel culture has come back in the comment. But let me just say this one thing. Where is my gaily? I wish
I
I
said it
tied it.
from the beginning. I
Let
said
me let me just
I
say
paid on the
let me
first
just say
day.
this. Let me just say this one thing, right? Let me
Right.
just say this. Well, they really say cancel culture in the comments.
All right, we're doing
Let me
cancel
just say
content.
this. Cancel culture has already started in the comments. Let me just say this one thing, right? You and Cardi B, you are no different. You and all
Oh,
these female rappers, you're no different because you guys will say, if a man does this, do
make it
this.
drop
If a
with
girl
our
does this, do
worship
this.
and praise.
And then in your own house,
No,
you'll be doing something different.
you are
You
misconstruing
see,
me. You are misconstruing me. The last thing before we go to cancel culture, right? What I said from the beginning was that
it's a
I
lie. The
paid.
matter is over. It's a lie. The matter is over. Hold on.
What I consider this done. Is it praise?
The kids have started calling. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay. That means we
let's
have to
one.
wrap. Oh yeah, one word of
We have
cancel
to
culture.
wrap.
Don't we're
We
not
have
talking
to
about
wrap.
this. Me and you will talk about it in this thing. This is all I
Okay.
everybody follow me. This is all I post about. People, you must get my message. You must get it by force by fire. If you're man, consent is important. Ask. It doesn't mean you can't do it. Just ask first because different people are different. Different. Oh
Different
yeah,
people are
cancel
different.
culture. Cancel culture. Cancel culture.
Okay, so somebody says you want to have
Jose,
you,
Jose, baby, me.
you want to have the
That's my
last word.
guy.
You want to have the last word on this
No, I don't want to
this
have the last
issue.
one.
And
I
you will
just feel
not
like
have the last
I'm trying to
you
explain, but I'm digging myself into a bigger hole, and now I'm the only one that is saying this. Even
no
pastor
problem.
supports, everybody supports you.
Cancel culture should be
Oh
cancelled
yeah, cancel
itself.
culture. We'll still talk about it next week, but
And
let's give the fans what they want.
okay. So what is your thoughts on cancel culture, Dodo?
I think some.
Jem?
Yeah. All right. Hello. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
Oh,
What
okay.
is your thoughts? So I can't like it will have to be fast because the kids are,
Yeah.
calling.
My thoughts
Hmm.
on cancel culture is that it's getting out of hand, and we're kind of digging back on. I said one word. Are you ready?
Hmm.
Unnecessary.
Oh,
I rest my case. Oh shoot! I said
okay.
something. I said something again. I ruined it.
Okay, so for me, I think I was expecting this to happen. I was expecting the world to get to a point where people's voices are being seized.
Mm,
I've been expecting. I just did not know it would happen like this,
mm,
right? And
mm,
it came as a surprise to
mm,
me how cancel culture became huge,
mm,
right? But I think the way cancel culture works is just that it will push people back into, secret lives, pretentiousness,
mm,
everybody acting like angels, but in
mm,
truth, there's a lot going on behind. Like, so recently, a celebrity was outed for. She's always talking about, treat people nice, treat people well. And then somebody outed her for bullying her in her DMs.
And the husband sings love songs.
I was about to sing those songs. So this is it, right? People are saying, "Oh, but don't cancel her. This happened a long time ago."
Mm.
But some people are saying, but she never even made it seem as if she had done these things at all. And then
Mm.
she was canceling people that were doing the same thing. So how was she not even having empathy for people doing the things that she had done in the past? Do you understand what? So it's such a mess. Because if you like for things I've said today, I could easily be canceled. Oh, she said men should pay for the first date. How dare she cancel her? Right? So anybody could get canceled. You could see a group of women who want to be paid for on the first date and they want their toes to be rubbed. They would look at you and say, Jem Jem, how dare you? And they will cancel you too. Like, where will it end? What's the end to this? So that's just my thought. I think the bandwagon effect does not help. Everybody just jumping on. And I think cancel culture works for some people, but it doesn't work for those who have the connects. How many times have people said, let's cancel the Kardashians? Did it ever happen?
No, I think that one is just because like people know that that's who they are and that's what they do. That's
Okay, but
why.
this is who I am too. That's who the lady whose husband sings love songs, that's who she is too.
She has the connect.
Okay.
I think the whole essence of cancel culture is
Exactly.
that it will get you when he wants to get you and if he wants to get you. There's this person I admire that did this thing. His name is Dave Chappelle. He wrote
Mm-hmm.
he had like a special called Sticks and Stones. And basically the point of it is that I'm gonna piss off everybody I want to piss off now. So that you guys can hate me now. So that whenever I do something in the future, I don't care because you already hated me from what I did myself. So I think the whole point of cancel culture is that is the thing of basically mobs rallying because of social media and because of the way the world is now. The world is a place together. So if we love to, for example, like this is basically the Salem witch trial all over again. You see somebody with like a small spot on their face. This person shouts, "That person is a witch." This one says, "Yes, I know. She killed my first daughter." The person is not even never even had a child before, and then they go and take her to the stake and burn her. That is basically what cancel culture is.
Yeah.
It's just one person hating on Jesus, and then everybody is like, "Oh no, I know that man. He has been doing evil all his life." But when they fed 5,000, that person was the person that ate 1,000 out of the 5,000 of food. It's just basically cancel culture. That is cancel culture. It's been before, but now it's just gotten worse because the world is a global like village, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think, in my essence, and the last thing I'm gonna say about this is be kind to
It's a
people.
lie. It's a lie. You will still say another thing. It's not
No,
you.
no, this is because you're
It's
asking at
not you.
me. That's my
It's
last
you.
word. My last word is
Oh yeah. Yeah.
unnecessary. Is
Uh-huh.
that be kind to
Is that
people?
finished? You said your last word is unnecessary. That's
Yeah, I know, but I broke that and then I talked after it.
okay.
Let me wear my glasses so people can take my. I'm going to my hip hop mode now. I'm going to my Afrobeat mode. Yeah, you want to join me? Thank you. Last word, last sentence is that be kind to people, forgive yourself, and forgive people. Hate begets hate. Violence begets violence. Let's try to do what's best for us and what's best for the people around us. And that's how we're going to make the world a better place, not by coming at the throats of everybody around us. Thank you very much.
And on my
Dun, dun. Sorry.
hey, you finished your own. Let me say my own piece. I don't want, I hate what I don't like. What I don't like, I hate it. Please.
Don't cancel me.
As I was saying, I just want to tell you guys that my Cash App is $NS. I can't. $, Miss Daffy is my Cash App. Thank you everyone for coming on the Daffy Show. Thank you for joining us on the breakdown with Biodun. Next week, we'll be going deeper into cancel culture. We will also be tackling some other topics. If you want to join us next week, just drop it in the comments. Let me know. Let me know if you want to join us next week. But thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to share it with your friends. And I'm seeing some really funny comments. And like this video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Love you guys. Oh yes. Okay, yeah. I see you. I see you. So next week, I have some people really triggered about cancel culture. I'm sure they're going to make it serious next week. Okay, I can't wait to see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Thank
Bye,
you,
everybody.
Jam.
You're welcome, man.
Bye, everyone.